I'm definitely gonna like work on this setup, get it like nice, and then I'll be able to do PDQ finals and stuff.
Sweet.
Just freelance. Oh, like I'll do it for Sneaker Show.
But you just do it without having to have everything set
Exactly.
up.
Like I won't have to fuck around and make it official. I just rock up with a backpack, slap it down.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you won't be able to because you'll be in them.
Yeah, exactly. So we're in game 3 now. Eunice will be on the play.
Going to game 3. Got the Mono Island draw by the look of that.
No, he's got a Mystic Gate.
Cool.
Or was that a Hello Fountain?
Might be a Flagstone, dude. It's hard to tell.
I think 5 land or 4 land.
It's Hello Fountain.
Yeah. I've got another mock start, so lucky me.
Yeah, it's hard to be this powerful.
Okay, Dried Militant, Boris Reckoner, Unexpectedly Absent, Aiden Mind Sensor.
Making good use of that Mox mana.
Yep. I'm playing around 4 Spike.
Yeah. Wizard Levy.
Yeah. Draw. Another Planes. Bash. Look at those perfect 95-degree angles.
Oh, he's just,
Sharp.
just a nice guy, really. He taps correctly for his opponents.
Yes. Alright, Eunice is digging for get his tempo back, or
Yeah, get some interaction, I would think.
Darker Wastes and something else.
I think at all points in the game, you're sort of looking for the components which lock things up for you. So
yeah,
interesting that he left the Tamio on the top there.
I think it's in his hand.
Was that in his hand? I thought he topped the Tamio.
Ah, okay.
And he drew the Darker Waste. Either way, I don't feel the Tamio is particularly well placed here.
No.
I probably would have bottomed it myself. But.
Yeah, he wants to dig for Wrath, and then he wants Tamio.
Yeah. Kids, you should remember your Dried Militant triggers, or remember to exile your instants and sorceries.
Yeah.
It matters a lot more than it should.
I end the turn that every mind sensor, so he's tapped out for the turn, so I can resolve a big threat if I've got one. Clamp, that's a pretty big threat.
Yeah, it would have been a sweet turn to draw an Armageddon effect, but
yeah,
can't always be that lucky.
Clamp's just as good.
Clamp's amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you reckon you'll be playing Reckoner plus Clamp here?
I do. Clamp first to play around Days.
Because it's more important for you to resolve that than it is to resolve the Reckoner?
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
looks like you're going into the...
I'm digging. Okay, so I suppose
the dig maybe I
wanted to dig before he got the chance to Wrath me the next turn. Oh no, he's got no white. Maybe before he gets to E me or something?
Sure.
Yeah.
You get your Armageddons going.
Yeah.
Anyway, draw Spirit of the Labyrinth, play Spirit of the Labyrinth.
It's a strong one.
It's unfortunately not a wizard, but he's still powerful.
Is he shutting out anything from Eunice's hand?
Not that I can tell right now. He's obviously going to be quite good against the -2 on Tamio.
Yeah. So the Darker Wastes hurting him here. Like, I think maybe you should have played that Hello Fountain untapped. Depends how much white he intends to use in the future.
Yeah. It's interesting. Do you think you're going to tap it 3 times or 2 times or whatever?
Well, if he taps it for coloured more than once.
More than once. Like, at 2 times you break even, and at 3 times it's strictly worse. So
yeah, well, if you take 2 damage from it, it means that you've missed out on a mana.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, reckon it down. What else have I got? I've got my Unexpectedly Absent, and it's another card.
Yeah, obviously clamping is no longer an option, so
no.
Spirit stays in play.
Okay, so I might be intending to end of turn Unexpectedly Absent the Oblivion Ring.
Would not be the worst idea in the world.
Yeah. Eunice has got Trinket Mage, Tamio, Hallowed Fountain, other cards.
Other cards, yeah.
Is that Unexpectedly Absent? No, Ranger of Eos? It's definitely not Ranger of Eos.
You can't be Ranger of Eos. Yeah, I really need to get that art in my head for Unexpectedly Absent. I keep missing it.
Yeah. So, 3 mana, Trinket Mage. He's going to go find top, I presume. Or perhaps Ancient Den. Does he play Ancient Den?
I'm not sure that he does.
No, he doesn't. He's just got Seed of Cyanide as his only artifact land. He'd like an Ancient Den right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it would be such a bad idea. It's that obvious tension when you're playing Highlander between playing enough coloured sources and playing enough non-basics.
Yeah.
It goes against engineered explosives, which is
also a solid choice. He's got one land at hand, so he didn't. Yeah.
Didn't really need to get the
Seed of Cyanide.
Yeah.
Are these only 2 targets? Do we establish that?
So he's got Seat, EE, and Divining Top.
Yep, I understand. Yep. There's a Phyrexian Revoker in my hand. So I didn't cast it the last turn, so I was waiting for a target. Untap. Draw. It is
Blade
Splicer.
Yeah.
So there's more.
Really, 6 power on board's enough. To get it done.
Yeah.
Issue being that Spirit just trades with Trinket Mage here, and is a favourable exchange for him.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bash with the Spirit. If I had 2 vanilla guys in play, then I'd probably go for it.
For sure.
2 guys who would trade.
Sure, but you're not getting any extra damage by attacking.
No.
So you might as well keep it in play and then have the option to unexpectedly absent it later on.
He played that Hallowed Fountain untapped, revealing that he had some kind of 2-drop.
Removal spell.
Or counter spell.
Yeah.
He's already cast his counter spell, so it could be Drain, Unexpectedly Absent. That's all I can really think of. Mana Leak.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things. He could be keeping multiple spells up. It's possible that he wants to Path to Exile as well as cast Mystical Tutor.
Yep.
Stuff like that. Obviously, we have seen his hand and know he doesn't have that, but
he's got
you would have not. Yeah, you wouldn't have known. Yeah, he does.
Goes right here. So there's the second pain from the Darker Waste. So
yeah, and he also took the shock from the Hallowed Fountain.
Yeah,
it was it's not great turn planning, I don't think.
Yeah, he's cost himself 1 life.
It's 1 life, and had to pay for the Hallowed Fountain anyway. So he would have actually had to pay the 2 life for the Hallowed Fountain to come into untapped.
Yeah.
If it were the other land. So
yeah, the little things. It might cost him. We'll find out. Blade Splicer down, Revoker down. Probably name EE.
Yep, sure.
Most definitely. Unless I've got the sick reads.
Name Tamio? Well, it's got the EE and the Tamio. I think the EE is better than the name.
Definitely, yeah.
Especially with, that sweet 2-for-1 sitting on the table right there.
Yeah. I'll have to... how far do I go with my board? I think running the risk of him removing the Revoker, then he...
Sure.
Yeah.
You're fairly fully committed at the moment. You're obviously making the conscious choice not to play around Wrath.
Yeah. I can play as many 3-drops as I want. Because if he...
Sure, no, but he still has Day of Judgment.
That's true, in his deck, yeah. Yeah.
Possible Terminus off the top.
You just having a think. He's got a Venser
in hand. I think Venser was the draw for the turn.
Yeah. So you could Venser the Revoker at the end of turn, slap down the next turn, and there's nothing he really wants to take out, actually. He's pretty happy just to let me have that board.
I mean, the Trinket Mage is doing a bunch of work here. It's been very good for him so far.
Yeah.
He is only on 9 life though, so it's worth thinking about. He's not in the world's best position, that's for sure.
No. What do you reckon he's gonna Tamio the Golem?
I would think that flashing in Venser to bounce the Golem would probably be the play. Whether he waits to do it on your turn or not is fairly irrelevant, I think. Because you can't really respond to it very well.
Yeah, I agree. Venser the Golem and block. I'm probably going to bash with Spirit.
So if you, I think he waits until you attack with all 4, and then fences the golem, and then trades twice.
Yeah.
Possibly leaving Blaze Blaster in play.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bash with the Revoker.
Sure.
And therefore, I'm probably not going to bash with the Blade Splicer either. I'm probably just bashing with Golem and Spirit here.
Yeah, it's interesting. If you're allowing him to get a... okay, here we go. Just with Golem, or with both?
Yeah,
Sure.
so... Yeah.
You do miss out on damage this way if he doesn't have anything. Obviously he does, but...
yeah.
I mean, you choose what to play around, I guess.
Alright, so let's see if your call was right. Bounces, yep. Up goes the Golem. Blocks the Trinket Mage. He'd rather have the Venser hanging around in case he has Caracas.
Yep, Caracas plus Venser is a sweet little combo.
Yeah.
Soft lock, if you will.
Oh, it's so good. You don't see it as often now because Caracas is a point. But it was so frustrating to play against when it was around. I never played with it, of course.
It's not your style.
No. Oh, it's my style, but it's just... Yeah, Venser just... is a blue card, basically.
Amongst other things.
Yeah.
It costs blue.
And it's a wizard.
He is a wizard.
Alright, Tappy.
Tapper.
I'm wondering how deep I can bury that Oblivion Ring. Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
Fairly deep. Oh, look at that.
3 deep.
3 deep.
3 deep, 5 U.
And that's going to allow you access to a whole lot of cards off the top of your library.
Yeah.
Which I do think you need. I think that's a good call.
Yes. Yeah.
And doing it when he's tapped out, smart.
Yeah. Can you dig it? Yes, you can.
Can you dig it?
I mean, you just been very careful because it's the first time he's played against.
Yeah, it's sort of mechanically awkward card.
It is, yeah. It's not many cards that have that effect. Probably because of the awkwardness.
The awkwardness, yeah. Makes sense that they released it in a sort of special set, rather than any sort of actual expansion.
Yeah. So my board is effectively empty here. I've just got a bunch of cards in hand. Do I have any more clan fuel? I've got Steel Shepherd's Gift, Oblivion Ring, and Reckoner. Oh, so I can O-ring his O-ring when it comes back down to keep my clamp around.
He's just drawn his Caracas.
Oh, really?
So we've got Caracas Venser happening here, which is a free block every turn as well as being able to bounce something every turn. So,
plenty of tempo.
both players trying to enact a fairly powerful game plan here.
So I've lost Wasteland with the points update, so I've got one less out to this combo here. I can still got my Geddon and Ravages, or I might be able to catch the Venser with the Swords of a Path. No, I boarded them out.
Yep.
So this Venser Caracas is going to give me hell.
I'm not of the opinion that this is good for you.
I wasn't trying to convince you.
Yeah.
I was just stating the board state, basically.
Yeah, it's a fairly good lock, and the longer it stays in play, the more cards he draws, and that's to his advantage, not to yours.
Yeah. I mean, I'm eventually going to get to enough lands where I'll be able to just dump more than he can bounce. That's what's on the horizon, I think, with the current state of the game. So he's got EE. He's going to try and kill my clamp at some stage.
Well, not with the Revoker on
board. Not with the Revoker, and he's got Oblivion Ring 1 deep now.
Should be 2 deep still.
He's drawn a card per turn. So I made
you put it 3 deep?
Yeah.
So you drew one of them off the top, and there's still 2 on top of it.
Yeah, so, yeah. So there's like a dance between Venser Caracas on Revoker, which is needing EE, which also wants to kill the clamp, but then there's the O-rings that can...
They can deal with it as well. Yeah, as long as he finds a bunch of lands, he will find a turn in which he can Venser your Revoker and then pay the 3 to kill your Skull Clamp.
Yes. Yeah. That's what he wants to set up.
You see this sort of board state, it starts becoming worth considering skull clamming your Revoker and getting some value out of it. Pulling back into the game by having a bunch more cards.
Yeah. Okay, so I might be getting... I can get Sword of Fire and Ice here and protect my Revoker from the Venser bounce.
Yeah.
and also stops my Revoker being tapped down by Tamio.
Interesting. That's actually quite relevant,
Yeah,
that
so-
protection.
Yeah, so he'll be forced to Venser the sword, and then lock down the Revoker again with Tamio. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think the protection from blue is more relevant in this format than any other I've ever played.
Absolutely, yeah. Like
Um,
it used to be, it was the best even before True Name Nemesis because it kept Jace
Yeah.
from bouncing you guys.
Jace can't bounce you, Tamio can't lock you down,
Yeah.
you can't get bounced by Venser.
Yeah.
You got protection from flash creatures like Snapcaster and Vindicating Clique.
I feel sort of Body and Mind is probably the best colours.
Obviously, yeah. That's what's got the worst effect.
Yeah, well, the effect's still fine.
It's not, yeah, it's fine, but it's not, it's not on the same level as Feast and Famine or Light and Shadow, or not in my opinion anyway.
Yeah, I think I like it more than both. The mill can be scary though. Like if you're playing against Reanimator or a Knight of the Reliquary, or you could be fueling their Deathrite Shaman or Grimdark
Stuff like that, accidental value.
Yeah,
I just tend to think anything that puts your opponent down a card or puts you up a card is better than a 2/2 every turn. But
yeah, probably.
obviously they're balanced on all effects, including the protection colors, and the protection is very relevant.
Yeah, back to the game. Where
Back
are
to
we?
the game, yeah.
What's Eunice got in hand? He's drawn a few cards since we last spoke about it.
Yeah, he's got the Venser back.
So he's probably going to bounce the sword here.
His ear.
So he's cast the ear even into the Revoker.
So you can do that. It's just mana efficient.
Yes, but I might be able to O-ring it now.
Ah, interesting. So yeah, here's a Supreme Verdict.
Okay, so Revoker's out of the question now.
But that Oblivion Ring play is still, up for grabs.
Yeah.
Did he forget to pick up his Tamio there?
Possibly. Not sure.
He couldn't target the Revoker, and you have no lands tapped down.
Yeah, he must have. All right. Oh, Disenchant.
Oh,
That's a good draw.
the sweet Chris.
So I've still got my O-ring for his O-ring. So Clamp is going to persist here.
Yeah, it's gonna stay in play.
Yeah, well, not mechanically, but
Yeah.
literally.
Literally persist. Yeah. It's interesting how much of a fight this game has been over the Skull Clamp.
Yeah,
and it's the most important card in play.
Yeah, that's what I keep
for
saying.
sure.
Yeah. Clamp is what it's all about. Yeah. And I think I imagine it's under points consideration as well for the next round.
From going from 1 to 2,
Yes,
it's currently 1 point.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I tend to think that it's the best piece of equipment in the format.
Absolutely.
And it's not remotely close. I think Jide is deserving of 1 point.
Yep.
Of course, these things aren't comparative. It's about shaping the format. So
Yes. Right now, Clamp decks and mono and like blue-based control decks are where it's at.
yeah, they seem to be the most consistently dominant.
So I've just drawn a planes. Boo-hoo. He's still a crack us up, so that Oblivion Ring's not going to be able to hit the Venser.
But it can hit the Tamio. So Tamio is on Ultimate, if I'm not mistaken.
She's on 7. I'm not sure what it costs to ultimate her.
I'm pretty sure it's 7, but
It's 8.
it's 8.
So we've got another
Okay,
turn.
another turn of that before.
Yeah.
There is an answer required.
So I'm probably just going to sort up my Boris Reckoner so it can't be Tamio down.
See, I don't know. I don't know if this is to your advantage to continue to do this. Although, of course, if you Oblivion Ring the Tamio here, you can just bounce the Oblivion Ring.
Yeah.
With the Venser and still get the effect
Yeah.
every time.
But it resets it.
It does reset it. Yeah.
It means that he'll be able to O-ring my Clamp. And then Clamps off.
Yeah, but not if he bounces your O-ring.
Correct.
Yeah, because then you get to reset the O-ring and
Oh man, I'm getting confused.
circles and circles in this game.
Yeah, jeez. In this game, I can understand why we're taking quite a while to make our decisions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, not only is it you, Mr. In the Tank Walker,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's quite a complicated board state, and The cards coming off the top of the library is more or less what it's all about. You're sort of at a standstill right here.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to find a way to get an advantage immediately.
Yes.
Because him drawing a bunch of cards is never good for you.
No. I've got a decent amount of advantage, 2 lands to his. I mean,
You got eight mana sources to your 6.
Yeah,
that's good. Obviously, drawing those blanks is not great for you.
yeah.
But
I really want the 1 tough in the sky that I can just clamp.
yeah.
Start motoring along.
Yeah, a spectral possession for you would be insane. Yeah.
Yes.
It's possibly your best draw.
Yeah, much like that last game.
Yeah.
What did I target with the O-ring?
I hope it's the Tamio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's Tanya. And then over here goes a Reckoner playing around Miscalculation. Offensive back to his hand. Mystical Tutor. Ooh. Alright, so he could go find Unexpectedly Absent.
Terminus is also
That's a good one. Yeah, Terminus.
a card that we could be finding here, but he's looking at Swords to Plowshares at the moment.
Okay. Terminus probably would have been better.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have the Swords in my deck still than the Terminus.
So you can respond to a clamp activation or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just that mana efficiency edge. You're obviously not flooding the board at the moment, so whilst it's possible that you'll need a sweep later on, I think the slight percentages in favour of having the high quality cards still in your deck.
I agree. Alright. Presents, doesn't it?
I was still thinking.
Still thinking? Alright.
Swords.
Swords.
Yeah. Yes, you can Swords that guy.
Yes, you can. Like in Highlander, how you kind of get, stars from different standard formats combining together, like, Reckoner wearing a sort of fire and ice.
Yeah, something you could never actually do in any format other than Highlander.
Yeah.
It's not good enough for Modern, and that's the only other format where it's even appropriately powered. So, that's the sweetest thing about having a one-off format.
Yeah.
All the cards are still good cards, but they're good cards from everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. I watched my interview on the GP stream.
Sure.
And I said yeah and yes ridiculous amounts of times. I hated it. So I'm trying not to say it as much now.
Yeah.
Swords on the Reckoner, I gain 5 life, which is not that important.
Of little relevance, really.
Yeah.
Of course, if it were the other way, then it'd be fairly important.
Yes. Unit's still tanking.
Back in the tank. He's made his first play for the turn. What's that other card in his hand? So he's got a Venture or something else.
Vindy Inkleek.
The double Legend Lock.
Set foil. Oh yeah, more Caracas action.
Sweet Caracas action. You tune into the Caracas show. Public access TV.
So, draw. It's a Silver Knight. He's not going to be clicking in my draw step. He's just going to let me have it.
Yeah, I think I'd be clicking your areas.
Okay, yep. Reveal.
Does it die to Spell Clamp?
It does not die to Clamp.
Let you have it.
I mean, I can still sort it up.
Any creature view is good, but I don't know. It's a bit of a risk trying to make you draw a blank.
It is, yeah. I could draw one top of the sky and then I'm away.
Which I think is more of the issue here.
Yeah. I was just glad that wasn't a land. Like now I can put the sword on it. Next turn he'll have to play the Venser, bounce the sword, and then I suppose he takes 3.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he wants to chump with the Venser, then return it back to his hand.
Oh, so many options.
Anyway, yeah.
Got 2 wizards being bounced by Caracas. One of them has basically 3 modes, and the other one has, well, at least like 2 decisions to make.
Yeah. He shuffled away his Oblivion Ring with the Mystical Tutor.
He did.
Maybe there was a He should have waited until he drew the O-ring.
Yeah, that's it's strange.
Unless he's drawn it already, I'm not sure. No, he definitely hasn't.
Definitely hasn't.
Okay,
yeah, that's interesting.
Bash Bash. He's got a long way to go, that V-Click. V-Click closes out games surprisingly fast.
It's definitely my favourite fairy of all time. I quite often play 3 in Modern as a blue-white-red player.
Yeah.
In the main deck. 3 in the main.
Yeah, are you glad that deck's like...
Top tier again?
Yeah.
No, actually, I liked it when it was like tier 1.5 and I wouldn't have to play the mirror that often.
Yeah. Yeah, mirrors are never fun, right?
Yeah, it's a little frustrating. I don't think I've lost that mirror in a long time, though, so...
Yeah.
No, I'm more happy that I get to play Storm again.
Yeah.
Storm is my other deck, and it's now good again. It's now ridiculous. And as you know, I'm a big proponent of combo formats, which is what Modern's looking like now, so...
Yeah. Highlander still needs a bit more combo love. Time Spiral isn't seeing play yet.
Yeah, I'm actually less happy with the amount of combo. Like, I wasn't quite happy with the ban announcement. I don't think it freed up enough stuff in the combo decks.
In Modern, you mean?
No, sorry, in Highlander. Because Modern was so fair, but now that Modern's less fair, because they do play at a similar power level, those formats.
They do, yeah.
I mean, Highlander can play out like Vintage on occasion, but it often plays out like Modern. So,
right. So he didn't V-click me in my draw step, and now I've got a 1-toughness guy, and now it's
Savannah de Lionos.
Yeah.
And this is really good for you right here, because whilst you can bounce stuff with Venser, you just have so much mana that you can just straight play it again.
Yeah. And I'm just going to be able to clamp into more cards. Hopefully, I just have to not whiff, not go land. So up goes the sword as predicted. He's probably going to chump and then return the Venser back to his hand.
Yeah. It's a good move. Really the only play available to it at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll see a re-equip.
Yeah.
And a draw trigger.
So
land and something. Looks like Ravages.
Okay, that's what I want in these. So
that is the business.
I'm probably going to cast it now while he can't Venser.
Yeah, you know he's only got 1 card in hand, I believe. So this is the perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I'll be able to cast a sword as well this turn. So sword Silver Knight's going to beat his big league board. I think it's game over.
Yeah, your board's ahead. You've got the Skull Clamp in play, which will allow your top decks to be a lot stronger than his. Drawing a land's good for you. Drawing a spell's good for you. So
yeah, I think this is over. Well, what could he draw? Land Terminus, Land Source of Plowshares.
I mean,
land Swords because he's got rid of it.
yeah, it's true. Land Terminus does fix what ails you a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he's definitely got a dead card in hand now.
That was a good draw, that get in.
Yeah. Showing the wizardly power of this mono white deck. Anti-wizard ability.
I do love it. What did he draw? He needed to be land. Oh, it is. Yeah, Mysticate. No, it's a Day of Judgment. That's not good.
Judgment. Would have been good a turn ago.
Yeah.
Turn is a long time in Magic the Gathering.
Suit it up. Bash.
Yeah, bash you, draw a card, shoot your click. You can't actually block here.
Yeah,
I know he's trying to, but it's got Pro Blues.
Yeah. So I shot the click, which is interesting. That reduces my clock by...
No, I think you've still got the same clock.
Oh, same clock,
He's still dead next turn.
Yeah. Land.
Colonnade. And lethal.
Yeah. Alright, that's a match.
3-0. A clean sweep to the Mulchmaster.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've done that this whole league.
No, that's nice. I was actually suitably impressed by Eunice's deck here. That Krakus player, I know he got locked out in the end, but it was really cool. I love the Krakus plus Wizard thing, and he's also got the Riptide Laboratory in there, so he can do it a bunch.
Yeah, I like that how he's chosen his threats accordingly with Moat in his deck.
Yeah.
He's taken a bit of care.
He's kept flexible, and that's it's a good way to build those sort of decks. I imagine that deck would actually love a Time Spiral.
It's just a win condition because he draws
Just
so many
just a win
cards.
condition, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's much better than Sphinx's Rev in that slot.
Well, it's a point though.
Yeah, it's still a point, but I think he's got the points. I think he's possibly. I think what you said earlier about the strip mine and the wasteland in the points categories, like they're quite good with the Crucible Worlds, which is now free, of course.
Yeah.
But I think at least the strip mine should go in favour of something like Time Spiral.
Yeah, I think he could cut Strip Mine and Crucible. He was probably just getting excited about Crucible going to 0, but it's negated by Wasteland going to 1. So
yeah, I think the Crucible, I would play it in the 75 here, of course.
In the board.
But it'd probably be in the board. Yeah,
I agree. All right. Anything more to say?
Not really.
Cool. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I'll see you for round 7. Well, round 7 pairings haven't been posted yet. I'm probably I need to have deck lists from the last 2 rounds, which I will need to see before I choose my decks for the following rounds.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that league.
You're in the league. So.
I'm not in this league. No, I couldn't commit the time to it. But yeah, it's good to see people playing Highlander.
Yeah. Cool. See you guys.